Hello and welcome to the FM Championship Goal Show. Let's have a look at the results from game week 3. Bournemouth only managed to pick up a point last week against Swansea City, and Middlesbrough are continuing great form, scoring 12 goals in 2 games against QPR. Birmingham City are looking for their first win of the season. Let's have a look at the league table. And at the top of the league is Preston with 15 points, but on their tails is Middlesbrough, Cardiff and Nottingham Forest, all on 12 points. As I said, Birmingham City are looking for their first win of the season. The first game of the week is Blackburn Rovers against Cardiff City, and it was Cardiff City who managed to win the game 2-1, and it was a goal from Benkovic in the 22nd minute that allowed them to take the lead, and they extended their lead in the injury time in the first half through Donnarumma. Sarati managed to get a goal for Blackburn Rovers, but it was not enough. In the second game saw Cardiff win 4-1 against Blackburn, but Blackburn took the lead in the very first minute, and Donnarumma was the man in form, scoring 2 in this game. Our next game is Brentford against Preston, and this game saw at the top of the league leaders Preston lose 3-0. And it was this bad mistake by the goalkeeper allowed Ivan Toney to put the ball home from close range. Ivan Toney got his second for this penalty, and Brentford extended their lead in the second half on the 76th minute through Perez with this nicely timed finish, beating the goalkeeper. In the next game saw Preston draw 2 each with Brentford, but it was some poor play by the Preston defence that allowed Perez to go through and score 1-0 to Brentford. It was this interception by Byrne who made a great run from his own half, beating a defender and slotting it home in that bottom right hand corner. Jack Byrne continued his great form and scoring his second and Preston's second, but it was this cross in from Rosicky that allowed him to put the ball home. Brentford managed to secure a point through Ivan Toney in his penalty on the 70th minute. Our next game is Bournemouth against Coventry, and it was Jack Wilshere who managed to take the lead through this penalty kick, scoring his second goal in as many games. Bournemouth's second came through Joshua King, who managed to head the ball home. In the second game saw Bournemouth win 1-0 away from home, and it was this cross in from Jack Wilshere that allowed Carter Vickers to put the ball home. Our next game is Luton Town against Wycombe Wanderers, and it was Wycombe Wanderers who managed to take the lead, and it was Smallborn who played the ball through to Mattox, who put the ball into the back of the net. He was the man in the moment with this next finish coming in from the corner, making it 2-0 to Wycombe. Luton got themselves back into the game, and some great play by Harry Cornick allowed Morel to slot the ball home. The next goal of the game came through that man Mattox, and this is on his hat-trick. A great run from the halfway line, powering the ball home, but you could say poor goalkeeping by the Luton goalkeeper. Luton weren't down and out just yet, and it was this finish by Harry Cornick who put it into the bottom left hand corner. Wycombe's fourth and final goal came from Mattox with this powering run through the Luton defence, and he put it home. The second game saw Wycombe win 4-1, and Mattox was that man again who headed in at the near post. The second goal came from a little bit of confusion, but it was Thompson who managed to slot the ball into the back of the net. The third goal came from a corner, and it was Stewart who headed the ball home. Wycombe's fourth goal in this game came from a long ball played over the top, and it allowed the winger to put the ball into the bottom left hand corner. Luton managed to grab a goal, but it was not enough, and it was some great play by Clark who played the ball through to Harry Cornick, who beat the goalkeeper at his near post. Our next game is Barnsley against Middlesbrough, but it was Barnsley who managed to take the lead in the first 14 seconds through Silva with this fantastic strike from outside the box. Middlesbrough opened their account with this long throw, and it was some awful defending by the Barnsley duo that's allowed them to equalise. Middlesbrough's second came from a cross in from Masomba Longa, and it was a Colm who managed to put the ball into the back of the net. Middlesbrough's third came from this great finish from a corner from outside the box, and the fourth came from a corner kick, and it was a Colm who managed to score his hat-trick. The fifth and final goal came in the second half, and it was this cross played in by Quinteros that allowed a Sombalonga to header the ball into the back of the net. The second game saw Middlesbrough win 2-0 against Barnsley, and it was a Sombalonga who opened the scoring against this opposition, and he managed to get his second in the dying minutes of the game. The next game is Norwich City against Derby, and it was Norwich City who ran out 2-0 victors, and it was this wonderful solo effort by Bundia who managed to take the lead for Norwich. Norwich's second goal came on in the 90th minute, and it was Bundia again who slotted the ball into the back of the net. Derby won the second game 1-0, and it was this play by Anderson into Rooney who put the ball into the bottom left hand corner. Our next game is Nottingham Forest against Bristol City, and it was Nottingham Forest who continued their great form and was grabbing as well. It was this ball played through by Dos Santos that allowed him to blast the ball home from close range. Nottingham Forest grabbed their second goal on the 11th minute, and it was Lewis Grabban again who pulled the ball home into that bottom left hand corner. Nottingham Forest's third goal came from a free kick, and it was Harry Atter that blasted the ball home from close range. Their fourth goal came on the 29th minute, and it was another free kick and Figueiredo who put the ball home. This fantastic strike from Knockaert allowed them to open the scoring at home. Another free kick, and it was Figueiredo again. Their third and final goal of this game came from Lyle Taylor with a solo run, beating the Bristol City defence and beating the goalkeeper at his near post. Our next game is Reading against Watford, and this game saw Reading draw 1-1 with Watford, and it was Puskas who managed to put the ball home from close range, beating the goalkeeper after some poor defending. Watford's first goal in this game came on the 73rd minute, and it was a ball played through to Sarr who managed to slot the ball home from close range. In the second game saw Watford run out 4-2 victors, and Sarr was involved again in playing the ball across into the path of the striker. The next goal for Watford came on the 39th minute, and it was a long ball played over the top to Dele Bashiru, and he managed to beat the goalkeeper, but questions about the goalkeeper's position in there. Reading's first goal in this game came on the 44th minute, and it was a ball played into Henry Lansbury. What a hit that was! Great volley from just the edge of the area. The next goal for Reading came from this fantastic free kick from about 30 yards out. Watford managed to extend their lead, and it was another ball played into Dele Bashiru. He was a man in form. And it was Caputi who played through Sarr who got the fourth goal for Watford. The next game is Rotherham against Huddersfield, and Marotta was involved once again, and he played the ball into Fasila who opened the scoring for Rotherham. Huddersfield's first goal came from this cross played in, and it was a hit from Pritchard, but it was Campbell who was able to pick up on the loose ball. It was Huddersfield who managed to take the lead 2-1, and it was this strike from Arp from inside the box with a great finish. Huddersfield extended their lead, and Campbell was involved again, but it was Ward who slotted it into the bottom right hand corner. The comeback for Rotherham started with this great run from Marotta who played the ball through to Crooks, and Mota blasted the ball into that bottom right hand corner. On the 52nd minute, it was a ball played through to Marotta this time, who managed to put the ball home from close range. Their fourth goal came from a ball played over the top, and it was Marotta who put the ball home. And the next game saw Huddersfield run out 3-0 victors, and it was Pritchard who opened the scoring, arced with this penalty on the 75th minute, and then on the 79th minute one of these Huddersfield corner kick routines allowed Etherin to put the ball home. Our next game is Sheffield Wednesday against QPR, and it was Sheffield Wednesday who ran out 2-1 victors against QPR, and it's Kadeem Harris with his goal in the 52nd minute, then Lungo who managed to win the game for Sheffield Wednesday. The second game between these two oppositions saw Wednesday run out 3-2 victors, and Fernandez was the man involved, and Landon Dykes managed to get himself on the score sheet. The next game is Stoke against Birmingham City, and this game was full of controversy as it was not played. Stoke City managed to pick up 2 1-0 wins, and it pushes them up the table. The next game is Swansea against Millwall, and the first game saw a 2-2 draw, and it was Troy Parrott with this finish from just outside the 6-yard box. And Swansea opened their scoring through Sakiri, making a mistake, but it was Atsu who managed to pick up on the loose ball. Swansea managed to get their second in the second half on the 65th minute, and it was a ball played to Ayew, who blasted the ball home from inside the box. Millwall managed to equalise on the 86th minute, and it was a ball played through to Parrott, who managed to beat the goalkeeper and put it into that bottom left hand corner. The second game saw the same result, a 2-2 draw, and it was Andre Ayew who opened the scoring with this lovely strike into the bottom right hand corner. Millwall managed to grab their first goal of the game, and it was Bennett with this great finish from the edge of the area. Swansea took the lead through this penalty through Grimes, but it was not enough as Millwall managed to equalise on the 93rd minute, and it was this cross played in by Malone, but you could argue what was the goalkeeper doing there that allowed Parrott to put the ball home. Here is all the results from game week 4, and some of the standouts has got to be Middlesbrough again, scoring 5 goals against Barnsley. Watford continued to a great form, winning 4-2. And the league table looks like this: Middlesbrough are top of the league, but Cardiff are level on points, as well as Nottingham Forest. Preston drop a couple of places, and Wycombe managed to overtake them. Birmingham City looking for that first win again. And next week there's some great fixtures here to look out for. You've got to look out for Nottingham Forest, definitely, Middlesbrough as well, and Brentford and Coventry I think could be a really good game. Thank you for watching the FM Championship Goal Show, and tune in next week for all the results and games from game week 5.